Welcome to the Indigo Room. I'm your host, Sydney Chase, and this is day 23 of our AAPT series. Assume that it is real, act as if it's already done, praise and thanksgiving for manifesting our desires.
Welcome to the Indigo Room. Serenity ahead.
Here we go, it's the Indigo, sending the best and bliss, yes, so let's go. Bringing brainwaves to a higher plane, manifest your world, shaking the mundane. Shift thought, make moves inspired, change self-worth for words, taking you higher. Bring forth your serenity, forget words like destiny. Cause the path to choose is up to you, so make your move to find the way in you. The touch the sky will mellow high, and spirits rise, and winds of change. So yes, I invite you. So come on through. See how we do in the Indigo Room, yeah.
Welcome to the Indigo
Good evening, good morning, and good night, depending on where you are in the world. I'm your host, Sydney Chase, and tonight is our 23rd episode of our 30-day ACT series. Welcome. Tonight's discussion is belief and faith, and I'm your host, like I said, Sydney Chase. This is where we discuss all things spiritual in the Indigo Room. And by that, I mean that we are non-physical spiritual beings having physical human experiences. Life is supposed to be good. It's supposed to be fun and delicious. Sometimes, though, it gets wicky wacky, but we got tools for that. So hello, everyone. Hello. Hi, Linda. Hi, Yaz. Hi, Linda. Hi, Barb. Okay, so Yaz Gold answered the question. I'm just going to put it right there real quick. And then I'll pull it up when we get our discussion in. I want to, hey, Funke. Hi, Funke. So thank you for answering the question, Yaz. Everybody else, please put your answer in the chat. I want to, before we get started, of course, we're going to do what? Tickle our amygdala. Mm-hmm. Your amygdala is right here. Oh, look at my hair. I got a little thing right there. Your amygdala is right on either side of your head. You have two of them, right? They're right above your temple. When your amygdala is closed, oh boy. When your amygdala is clicked closed, you're in flight or fright mode. When it's clicked open, you're feeling good. You light up your frontal lobe. That's where your third eye is. You're feeling good. You're smiling. You're feeling delicious. And it only takes a minute. It's a bit of a brain hack. And it's also a really good way to help you get into your imagination, develop your skills of imagining. Okay? So I want you to close your eyes. Well, let me just say hello to Momo. Hi, Momo. Hi. And you're going to close your eyes. But disclaimer. If you are walking, riding a bike, working, okay, driving a car, stop for a minute and close your eyes. And imagine that you have a feather in your hand. Okay, you're going to feel that feather. I hope you guys are getting good at this. This is day 23 of you doing tickling your amygdala. Well, almost day 23. Should have been doing it if I wasn't here. And you're going to imagine that you have this feather in your hand. You want to decide what color it is, right? Give it all the tones of reality. What does it feel like? Okay? You want to just feel that feather. Just feel it. What does it feel like? Is it long? Is it short? Is it fluffy? Does it have stiff bristles? What does it feel like? Once you really get that in your imagination, you really are feeling that feather in your imagination. Oh, mine is bending over a little bit. Let me straighten it out. Okay. Then you're going to lift that feather right up into the center of your forehead, and you slide it over to the right, and you tickle your amygdala on the right, and then slide it over to the left and tickle your amygdala on the left and pull it out. And you should be smiling by the time you are done. So I want to just say, I'm so proud of you guys. I'm proud of myself too. Day 23. Day 23. We got 6 more days to go. That's it. And the series is over. But that doesn't mean you stop doing your imagining, right? That doesn't mean you stop sleeping in the wish fulfilled. That doesn't mean you stop acting as if and continuing your praise and thanksgiving. I know I said that the video for Florence Scovel Shin was supposed to be up today. However, Wiki Wacky has ensued again. So we had to, I'm going back and forth with Canva. There's something going on with their program, and it's not allowing me to connect it to my YouTube account. So, I'm waiting for them to give me some sort of answer. Anyway, and I know you didn't get your PDF as well. I was busy going back and forth with Canva today, so I lost track of time. That'll get done between today and tomorrow. So I apologize for the delay, but it's coming. All right, so tonight's topic is belief and faith. Okay, belief and faith. So I put a question. Hi, Susanna. Y'all said hello, everybody. Susanna's in the house. I put a question in the chat, and I just wanted to get a consensus, right? And the question is, what is your definition of belief? And what is your definition of faith? Okay. So we do have some answers. Yas Gold, she said. Hi, Sydney. Blessings to you. Blessings to you too. Yas. Faith, the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Belief, uncompromising stand on something you believe in or on. Okay. Cool. And let's see, did anybody else answer? Momo. Belief, what I live by. Faith, what I hope to live by. ASAP. Okay. I like that answer. Linda, belief, a thought or idea you think is true. Faith is an understanding something is true. Okay. I like these answers. Funke, faith, you trust that something is true. Belief, feeling that particular something is true. Okay. I really like these answers. Susanna, did you answer? Barb says, just know it will all turn out. Okay. Of what? Is that faith or belief or both? All right. So I want to go over a couple of things. Okay. Faith and belief, really, some of you gave 2 different answers, and I do feel like that's true. They're not faith mostly, Barb said. Okay. So for me, faith and belief are not the same. They're close. They're really close, but they're really 2 different things. So I wanted to talk about that because I think sometimes we get the 2 of them intertwined, and I don't I'm not saying that you guys do, just in general. And I really want to show that there's a difference between belief and faith, right? So we're going to look first at what the definition of faith is. And, Yasgold, you said something that I really want to just go back to for a hot second. And you said faith, the substance of things hoped for. Now, does anybody understand what that line means? The substance? And I want to thank you all for giving your answers as well. Does anybody have any clue what the substance of things hoped for actually kind of means? Like, what is the substance? What is that? What is that? What are we talking about? Because that's a reference from the Bible, and often people reference that saying. So what does the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, what is the substance of things hoped for? Does anybody know? What is that substance? What is the substance? There's actually been studies about the substance, scientific studies about the substance. The substance is actually real. It's not what you're trying to manifest, actually. And your being, you're getting close. It's actually, science has done a study. I read this maybe a few years ago, posted on my Facebook page. Right, it does become something, but there is an actual substance that you really can't see that is actually real, and it holds everything together, really, right? It's what they call it. The scientists call it, I believe they call it the God factor, or something to that effect, right? And there is an actual substance. You can't see it, but there is an actual substance. You're breathing it in, actually. It's holding everything together. It's like an energy, right? But we can't really see it, but science has been able to detect it. And yeah, okay, science has been able to actually detect this substance, okay? So when they wrote that scripture, they were actually talking about an actual substance. It might have been called manna as well back in the day, right? Like way back in the day in scripture time, when they was out in the desert talking about manna, and the Israelites would have to go collect it, but they couldn't keep it, right? They couldn't hold it. They only could collect enough manna for the day. That's it. And if they held it and saved it and stored it, it would get maggots in it, and it would get mold in it, and they could only get what they needed for the day. And then, when the day was over, they had to discard it, and new manna would show up for them. It's almost like when you breathe, right? You can't hold the breath. You have to expel the breath and bring it back. So substance and mana is the same thing. It's that energy, right? It's what is provided for us. It's the substance that things are created out of, really. So when we look at that scripture again, right? Let me pull it up again. When we look at what Yazgold put here, the substance of things, the things are not the substance. The substance is what creates the things. Hoped for, right? The evidence of things not seen. The evidence of things not seen, does anybody know what that part means? What does that part mean? The evidence of things not seen. The substance of things hoped for, comma, the evidence of things not seen. What there's an important this line right here is really very important for you guys to understand about faith. The evidence of things not seen, what does that mean to you? I know what it means to me, but what does it mean to you? I'm not going to give you my definition yet until I hear what you guys got to say. Because when we look at belief and faith and hope, actually, you're going to see a difference. And this, I feel, will put a different context on what it is that you are deciding to be, do, or have. The evidence of things not seen. Now Cleopatra decides not going to do it. I took her out already, all right? Barb says, what you know is without seeing, knowing we will see it. Yeah. The evidence of things not seen, not appearances. There are no appearances. You know, when you're looking at your area where you are right now, right, wherever you may be sitting, you see things, right? You see things. There's evidence. There's evidence that I have a phone. There's evidence that I have my iPads. There's evidence that I have a pen, right? If I told you I had a pen, but you didn't see it, you would have to believe me, right? So you're in here every night for the last 23 days because something in you believes, has a conviction about me. You don't have faith in me, but you might believe me, right? And Momo says, oh, what's going on with my mouse decided to die. When God created it, but not yet seen in my experience. Okay, yep, it's not visible. Invisible, you can't see it. The invisible thing that you're trying to manifest that is not materialized. Okay? It doesn't have to be the thing that you're trying to manifest, though. It just means that there's no evidence, period. It's something that, you know, we hope for, but there's no evidence, right? There's no evidence of it in our physical reality. But, so if we go back, let me see if I can do this without messing up my mouse just decided that it didn't want to work anymore. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Let me go back up. Now I got to use the the laptop mouse. Oh, that's my question. The substance, it's the substance of things hoped for. So it is not even the thing. It's the substance. That's what faith is. It is the substance of the things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, right? So you don't have to even be trying to create anything, right? You don't have to be trying to materialize anything. You just know that you're taken care of. You know who has faith, really? Animals. Animals have faith, right? Wild animals, birds of the field, flowers, things that manifest without us doing anything. They just know they're going to be taken care of. They just know that they're going to have food. They just know that they're going to be clothed. They follow their inner guidance. They follow their intuition. And we humans are considered to be smarter than the animals, right? And yet, our faith is kind of lacking, right? And we're trying to manifest something, we're trying to manifest, we're trying to believe, we're trying. And animals and birds and flowers that bloom and trees that grow just do it, right? They just are. We don't see them stressing out. We don't see them flipping out. We don't see them losing their mind. Oh, there's no grass over here? Well, let's go walk someplace where there is grass. And they follow their inner guidance, and they go, and they move around, and they migrate, and they eventually find food. We're the ones that come in and create all kinds of havoc, right? Tearing down there. That's a whole nother story. But the animals, the birds of the field, and the animals of the field, and the lilies of the field, don't question. Have you seen a lily? Have you gone and seen a lily in the field? Have you asked her? Have you asked it? Like, where's your faith, Lily? Why did you decide to grow here? Because I felt like it. So I want to just take a moment to look at also the definitions. I'm going to add this to the stream here. So let's look at the definition of hope. Hope, the feeling that what is wanted can be had, or that events will turn out for the best. And I tend to not like hope. I tend to leave hope alone. However, that is because of where I am right now in my mindset. It is a great place to start. If you have no kind of, you're just starting and you're like, I hope this works. Well, that's a great place to start. Hope is a great place to start your journey, because you are taking a step and you are hoping for the best. And the reason why I particularly now in my journey leave hope alone is because it's a little wonky, right? Just, you might get it, you might not get it. And sometimes we hope for the best, but we're not really preparing for the best, but we're hoping that it all goes okay. And if our feeling matches our desire, then usually 9, maybe 7 times out of 10, things will turn out all right. But hope is not definite, right? It's not a definite knowing. It's like I said, it's a little wonky. But it's a great place to start. It's a great place to start. Barb said, I read that faith is the assurance of things hoped for. So substance is that assurance of the synonym. Yes. Assurance is a totally different feeling than hope. And Barb said, hope to me is wishing for something like good luck, but not really counting on it. Right. I hope it doesn't snow tomorrow, but it might. Exactly. Susanna says, wishy-washy. Right. That's where hope is for me. But like I said, it's a great springboard for, someone who maybe just never did any kind of being in their imagination at all, and they just are starting out and they're just hoping for the best. That's a great place to start. I love hope for that. Yeah, I like that too. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide, which is conviction. Conviction is a fixed or firm belief, right? There's no clever argument, no persuasive fact or theory could make a dent in his conviction in the rightness of his position. So when you have conviction about a thing, you believe it, and there's no real evidence, that it's true, it's real. It's just, this is my conviction. It's what I believe. It's a fixed or firm belief. And many times our belief can be a hindrance, right? And this is where sometimes faith and belief get intertwined and mixed up together. I'm not saying that is you, but it has been my experience, right? I believe God. I believe you. I believe in God. I believe in God. Well, I could also believe, in Satan. I could believe in a whole lot of things. I could believe in President Biden or President Trump. I could believe in the GOP. I could believe in my doctor. I could believe in, I have a strong conviction in my religion. I could have just stayed a Jehovah's Witness. My belief, when people ask you, what's your belief? They asking you, what is your conviction of a thing? So let's look at the next slide, which is belief. Something believed, an opinion or a conviction. Hold up, what? An opinion. So how could faith be an opinion if it is the assurance of things hoped for? If it's a substance, right? If faith is a substance, then it is not an opinion. It is actually a something, right? So if we go back again and we look at the substance it is. You could look it up yourself, right? You could go look it up and see what the substance is. But belief is an opinion or a conviction. Belief starts in the mind. It is a state in your mind. And you can actually change your belief. Belief is a conviction. Cleopatra, no, go lay down. Okay? We're not doing this tonight. It is a conviction. It is a state of consciousness in your mind. Remember what I said to you about faith? My acronym for faith is focus always in the what? Focus always in the what? Heart, right? So that would be here. And what's typically here in your heart? You're feeling, right? You're feeling, you're knowing. So if we look again, thank you, Yaz Golden. Thank you, everybody, for contributing tonight. Faith is a confidence or trust in a person or a thing, right? So when we look at faith, faith is a knowing period. It is a feeling, it is a knowing, and it has no evidence. There's nothing to see. So when we're following our intuition, we're following our gut. What? We don't know. We haven't seen any evidence of anything. Nothing. And we still know, right? And there is a scripture that says, faith without works is dead, or faith without action is dead. So I could have faith in this chair that it's going to hold me up, but if I never sit in it, my faith is dead. I could believe because I've seen other people sit in this chair and they seem to do okay sitting in this chair. And I could say, yeah, I believe that chair is going to hold me up. And I never sit in it. Maybe I'm scared. Maybe I'm nervous. Maybe I'm anxious about sitting in this chair. Because even though I've seen people sit in this chair, I believe that the chair will hold me up. I don't have any faith that the chair is going to hold me up, so I don't sit in the chair. If I gave you all a brand new car to drive, and you believe that you know how to drive because you've seen other people drive, you believe that you people drive cars, you know that this is what you do, you drive cars, but you don't have any real experience with driving cars, right? So you're going to be nervous if you've never driven a car. Let's say you're going to be nervous, you're going to be anxious, you're going to be whatever. You won't have any confidence in that until you take some driving lessons, somebody teaches you how to drive, somebody shows you how to drive, and then you get in your car, and after a while you just drive, right? You're an autopilot. You have faith that when you turn the key, the car is going to start and you're going to drive down the road. It's going to be great. It's wonderful. I'm going to the store, going to visit my sister, going to visit my mom, driving across country. You have faith. There's the evidence now, right? Has been manifested through, first of all, your belief. So you have hope, then you have belief, then your belief can sometimes turn into faith. A lot of times it doesn't. There are people that believe in God, but definitely do not have any faith in their higher power. They believe something nebulous, is something. There's something, but there's no faith. They get these intuitive hunches. They get these intuitive feelings, right? And they always ignore them, right? Or they follow them 2% of the time, maybe, because, I don't believe in that. So they are getting guidance, getting the knowing, getting the feeling, but, they don't see it. I don't see it. There's no evidence. There's nothing tangible. Faith without works is so important. Let me see if I can pull this, make this bigger. Faith without works is dead, or faith without action is dead. Faith, I can't even see it myself. It does not have works is dead. If faith does not have work behind it, it is dead. So what are the works that we're talking about? We're talking about acting as if it's already done. Now, we sleep in the wish fulfilled. We wake up in the wish fulfilled. We go on about our day, but we don't have any belief that, this is going to work. Maybe it might work. I don't know. I'm trying. And you keep doing it and keep doing it and you keep doing it. And then one night, you get this feeling inside of you, that knowing inside of you, and it's a click, like we've discussed before. And you start to move and behave on the outside because you know what you did on the inside differently. You start moving differently. You start talking differently. You start acting differently. Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to have wicky-wacky moments. That's why we do the I am statements. That's why we do the affirmations, because it kind of pulls you back into the now. But you start to be different because now that substance, the assurance is starting to kick in, right? And you're starting to be assured within that it's already done. Haven't seen it yet. Your faith is growing. You have not seen evidence of it yet. Nothing's shown up on the outside yet. But now you're starting to feel something is coming. Something good is on the way, right? So last night when I was saying, stop, take your hands off the thing. When you get that knowing feeling, you can not try so hard in your mind space, because you already placed your order. And now you want to exercise your faith that the order has been placed. When I went in to go visit my doctors, right? And I said to the nurse, I'm having this surgery. He was not convinced. I was convinced. I didn't need anybody else to be convinced. The only one that needed to be convinced was me. So once I got convinced, I moved differently. I did not allow him to speak to me in a certain way. And I wasn't able to hear him because I was already convinced that this was true. Again, there was no evidence of the truth of that. There was no evidence that I was going to have the surgery. Everybody said it looked like it was impossible. The medical people. They said, it's not going to happen. You got to pay first. This has to happen, blah, 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 blah. So when I say you need to act as if, that means that you have to stand in your own faith, right? And be convinced and convince yourself that this is already done. My order has been placed. I gave the order. It's being taken care of. There's nothing really else for me to do except be thankful, stay in that praise and thankful space. Thank you for my healing. Thank you for my new job. Thank you for my new home. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Once you feel that you've been doing this in your imagination, you've been in the assumption of fulfilled, you're sleeping in it every night, you've been sleeping in it every night, you've been sleeping in it every night, you will get a feeling that it is already done. And when you get that feeling, that's when you can take your hands off of it. And now work on your conscious mind, right? To stay the course. Just stay the course. And keep your faith. And your faith is the works that you might be doing. My faith was standing in front of that guy who's telling the nurse who's telling me I'm not going to have my surgery. I'm telling him, yes, I am. I was preparing. I packed my bag so that when it was time for them to call me to come to the hospital, I was ready to go. Faith was when I went out to go take my son to college, we packed him up. There was no evidence at all by anybody's standards that he was going to get into school and be able to stay there. I packed him up in faith. There was no evidence. I was convinced within that we're going. This is done. It's already done. It's already worked out. We're going in. Does that make a little bit more sense when I say take your hands off the thing once you get that click, once you get that feeling? Hi, Delta Pack. Hey, welcome back. Yes. Does that make sense to everyone? Right? So stay in the wish fulfilled, right? Stay in that sleepy state, stay in your imagination until you get that click. When you get that click, you're good. It's good. It's already done. So when I say now, take your hands off it, that means don't worry about it. That means don't stress about it. That means don't have any, well, where is it? How come it didn't show up yet? Because when you do that, you slow stuff down. And I'm not saying that you're not going to do that, but you've got tools to bring yourself back to the now moment so that you are not staying on the wicky wacky train to hell. Hell doesn't really exist. It's only within our minds, right? So you want to be in such a feeling that, yeah, man, this is already done. I know it's already done. And then when you get the intuitive feeling to maybe call a friend or go to the store or whatever, that starts your bridge of incidences, right? Because you're getting some information from within. Okay, this is what I need you to do next. Spirit will guide you in a way that you have no concept of yet. You have no concept of that yet. I want to pass on some very powerful words that someone told me. You have been verified. Yep, you've been verified. You got your pass. Now, you just have to follow the guidance, follow the direction, follow the feelings, follow the knowing, follow the flashes that you get, follow the intuition, follow the hunches. Follow any type of guidance that you're getting. And just like I shared with you last night, when I was uploading that video, right, I got 2 flashes in my mind, and it showed the actual step that I didn't do. I saw it, right? It flashed across my forehead on the inside. I got a big forehead. It's like poof. I was like, yeah, but I already did it. And then I went ahead and I went to go upload it again. I said, well, I already did that. I'm uploading it. I already did it. Uploaded it. Uploaded the video to YouTube. And then 8 minutes. It was quick. Boom. Copyright claim. It's like, what? I know I did that. But my human consciousness, my mind said, yeah, you did it, girl. Don't listen to that. You did it. Smallest details, spirit will guide you. The smallest of details, right? That was the smallest of details. It was just a flash, quick, hot second. And it happened twice. And 2 times I said, I already did it. Then I got the copyright claim. And I'm going, and I had the nerve, okay? Because I was still in my human. I know I did it. I'm emailing them. And then when I went and looked at the video, I realized, oh yeah, I didn't do it. And then I had to go back and, apologize. They fixed it. But, the whole point is all of that could have been avoided. I thought it, and I look at it as a win because, I have to pay attention, literally pay attention to those intuitive feelings, those knowings, those hits, those hunches, those things that come. That's guidance. It will guide you in the direction you need to go. Just like that gentleman when we were reading about him and he was in that concentration camp, right? And he slept in Los Angeles for months. And then he got a feeling, obviously, because he moved aside while they were counting. What made him do that? There was a knowing inside of him at that point. Let me just step aside. And they stopped the count. So you want to sleep in the wish fulfilled every night, right? Every night. And once you get that click, you know that your order has been placed. Spirit is working it out for you. Your God self is working it out on your behalf. There's nothing else left for you to do but rest in the knowing that it's already done. How it's going to show up, I don't know. I can't tell you. It's beyond my comprehension. I had no way of knowing how things were going to work out. It was beyond me until it did. And then I can tell you the story afterwards, right? So when I say take your hands off of it, that means now stop trying in your conscious mind to do something about it. It's already done. You already finished it. You got the click. You got the know and chill. Relax. Now follow the guidance that you receive. And I think that can help clear up some things sometimes because we keep, I got to do this every night. I got to do this every night. When you get the click, when you get that feeling, you have been impregnated. You are now impregnated. The spirit is taking your order. It's letting you know that your pizza is on the way. They're just not giving you a time frame. That's it. Hey, Mona. Hi. Good to see you. So, if you can allow yourself to now work on staying in the now. That's why I was doing while you wait. The waiting, right? Those that wait on the Lord or the law shall renew their faith. Wait. There's nothing else for you to do until you get a little hunch, till you get a signal, till you get a flash. So while you're waiting, you can prepare. You can ask Spirit, is there something I can do to prepare? What can I do? So if you are thinking about moving into a new house, maybe you start getting boxes. I don't know if that's going to be the preparation for you. And, or maybe you start, maybe if getting a new car, maybe you go buy something to put in the car, a little air freshener, right? You don't have a car yet. You're buying an air freshener. Your friends are looking at you like you're crazy. Why are you buying an air freshener? Because my car is on the way. I put my order in. Who'd you put your order in with? Really? You got it. See? This is why I don't talk to people that don't understand what it is I'm doing, right? So maybe there's something that you need to do to prepare for it, right? Because faith without any action is dead. So I could know and have faith that this pen writes. If I don't act and write something, what's the point of me having faith that the faith in this pen? There's no point. So this is what I mean when I say there's a difference between belief and faith. Faith is here. Belief starts here. So now you can marry the two, actually. You can marry the two together. Your faith, your belief, and your faith can match, right? Faith is here, belief is here. Make a match. Let me go check on Cleopatra. Hold on one second. Okay. She's good. She finally decided to chill out. Woo! Does anybody have any questions about that? So belief is really a conviction, right? It starts here, starts up here in the mind. Oh, now she's knocking on the door. That's what I get. Faith is a knowing in something without seeing. It's the substance. It's a substance. It's actually real. It's not something nebulous. The substance is real. And when we take, conscious breaths, we're breathing in that substance. That substance is real, and it created you and everything that exists around us. So I guess I just want to say that faith is a trusting beyond all matter of appearances, all means of appearances. And while you're waiting, stay in the now. That's it. And as you get the knowing, and as you get that click, right? It could be 30 days. It could be 10 days. It could be 5 days that you're in your imagination about a certain thing. Then you can move now to the next thing and go ahead and create that thing. You don't have to stay in the wish fulfilled until it manifests for you on the outside. You want to stay in the wish fulfilled as you're drifting off to sleep until you get the knowing, feeling that it is done. You've impregnated yourself, and now it just needs to grow. And how do we keep it growing? Because we keep our thoughts and our feelings in the good zone. And when they drift off to the wicky wacky zone, we have tools to bring us back to center. We're not wavering back and forth, looking this way, trying to figure out what looking all around. We're just right back. Right back. It's not saying that you won't drift off. You will. You're human. We all do it. We wave it to the left, we wave it to the right, we get like, and then you have tools to bring you right back to where the knowing is. That's it. So you want to use these tools to bring you back. And as you get better at this, you'll even be like, Sydney, listen, I want to talk to you. Can I come on your show? I want to show people. I want to do this. You get so good at this. As long as you're consistent and persistent, right? And we don't know the timing of the thing. I had no clue of the timing of the surgery or how long it was gonna take for me I had no clue. But I knew. I knew that I knew that I knew. You could not unconvince me of the knowing. You couldn't do it. You couldn't stand in my face and scream at me at that point and say, Sydney, wake up! This is not going. That was you could not do it to me. It's just, that's where you got to get, right? And you will get there. You will. It's just being consistent and persistent. Sleep in the wish fulfilled. When you get off on the wicky wacky train, find things to bring you back to your now moment. And keep the faith. Keep the knowing. All right, so let's check in. Do we have any questions? Let's do our check-in now. Do we have any questions? Aha moments. How was your day? What's popping? How you guys doing? Does that make sense? Can I help you with anything? It's really about just staying with it until you get that feeling and then take your hands off of it and relax. It's very subtle, right? Because we want what we want. And you can have everything that you want. You can have everything that you desire. You're supposed to have everything that you desire. We just all forgot how to create it. We just forgot that we were these powerful, magnificent creations and beings, and that we have the power, like my grandmother says. Well, she used to. She's not here with us no more. She's in spirit. She used to tell me, you don't know about the power. I was like, yes, I do. I know about the power now, Grandma. I know about the power now. All right. So that, if nobody has any questions, any thing they want to share, any aha moments, I'm going to, I keep trying to use my mouse that's not working. So we have the book, the journal, Create Your Day Journal and Planner. You can purchase that to keep you on track, to put your I am statements, to put your wins, to put your affirmations, write them down. You can do that with our Create Your Day Journal. You can find that on Amazon. I created it. It's my creation. I created it for me, but I'm sharing it with you. Funke says, what a day. That's all I can say. All right. Okay. I'll take it. My day was a little off today. Um, Definitely was a little, it was a little wicky wacky for me. But excuse me, I have tools, right? So I used every tool I had to stay in my now moment. Okay. And I have some issues going on with my family again. So, that sent me a little bit off center, and I had to just keep bringing myself back. Barb said I had a crappy start at job 2 today, had an attitude, but the aha was when I realized I just didn't care about an issue there. And you could say I had faith all would work out, and it did. Yeah, that's wow. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Now, you remember when I said yesterday that there are going to be things that come, right? There are going to be things that come. There are. We're in 3D. We're on, some of us are in 4D, but we're mostly in 3D. We're on planet Earth. So there are going to be things that come that take us off a center, that knock us off our square a little bit, right? But we have these tools, right? We have these tools. We have things we can reach for. And this is why we're doing this every night, because we're building up the consistent, persistentness of habits and creating new habits. That's it. That's what this is for, right? If you manifest stuff on the road, well, great, right? Manifest things on the outside, because you're constantly manifesting. Don't get that twisted. You are constantly manifesting all day, all night. We're manifesting. You're manifesting new thought forms. You're manifesting new feelings. You're manifesting old thought forms. You're manifesting old feelings. You're manifesting all day long. All day. All day. All night. Over and over. Now what we're doing is getting our conscious thoughts to be in line with our feelings on purpose, right? These tools might have been sitting dormant within you for who knows how long. Maybe they weren't, and maybe they are. But these are practices. That's it. There's no guarantee that you listening to me, Sydney, that we're going to manifest the world. I didn't say that, but you surely can. You surely can. You have the ability. You have the aptitude. You have the power to do it. Jesus even told you that. These things and more shall you do. You. When you know that you know that you know. Can you explain what would it be like to be living in 4D? That's hard for me to grab. It's hard for me to. I'm still. You. I can't. It's hard to explain. You manifest a lot quicker. You see things deeper than you would. Like, you may actually see the energy in the pen, right? You may actually see the energy or the luminescence of a stone, and you typically would just look at it as a rock, right? But you would see and feel that energy of the rock. But because we look at in 3D, we look at rocks, we look at things as solid, right? Immovable, cannot move. We don't have the ability to move mountains, basically. In 4D, you realize that it's not as difficult to manifest and, connect with spirit in a way. It's so much easier. It's like you're lighter. It's things look different, they feel different. You're in a more knowing space of who you are. You're no longer trying to remember, right? It's just a different level. That's it. You still here, maybe, I don't know. But you're still in this space, right? This reality, except your consciousness has been elevated a little bit higher than people who are in this 3D plane. You're not better, but like I'm not sure, but I know Jesus was like a 3D, Buddha, not 3D, 4D. He might be 5. He might have been 5 or 6, but his consciousness allowed him to see and feel differently than people who are in 3D that are trying, right? Trying to find God. He knew God. God was in him. He knew God was in us. He was trying to get us to understand that too, and get that knowing. Does that make sense, Momo? When those wiki wacky things come, I always seem to panic and think all the work I've done manifesting is being erased. I know I have to work on that. Yeah, you should do a little work on that, because that is so not the truth, right? And that's why I say to you too, Funke, that I have those moments too. And that's why it's so important for me to be able to have these statements and things and affirmations all around my house. There was times though, I'm gonna tell you, right? I had them all around my house. I wasn't looking at a thing. I could see them. It's like I didn't even see them. And then one day I saw them again. I know that makes no sense, but now I'm really very conscious of where they are, where they're placed, and I do see them, and I spend time making sure that I feed. That you feed, like when a woman is pregnant, she has to eat, right? She has to eat good things. She has to eat a little bit healthy. She has to, whatever she's eating, she's feeding the baby. So what are we feeding our minds, right? So I've been since I guess September, right? I've been really conscious of what I'm feeding my mind and my spirit. Like really. Like I was doing my normal, thing, but I was working, I was going to school, I was running around. Now I'm so engrossed, and then when I find myself in a space where I'm getting to be, I know I'm getting ready to go off the train. I can feel it. I can feel it. I, reach for those things that bring me back to the now moment, bring me back to the now, center. And it's been very helpful, but you did not erase anything. Your manifestation is not being erased. Momo said, thank you. Thank you all. You are welcome. Okay. So we are going to end right here tonight. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. And if you are new to the channel, right, and you just stopped in and you're like, what is she talking about? This crazy lady with the afro. We are discussing for 30 days our app series, which is Assume It Is Real, Act As If It's Already Done, Praise and Thanksgiving. And I do want to say one thing. The closer you get to the manifestation, the worse the wicky-wacky comes. Okay? Just know that. When it's getting ready to show up for you, your mind will go bonkers. You will get so like, ah! Just know that when that starts to happen, it's really close. I've found that to be true in my experience, that I will get so out of sorts, right? And then I have to work myself back. And usually something pops off that I'm like, whoa, right? And it's just amazing and it's beautiful. So when that does happen, trust the process. Trust that you don't let your mind, take over and make you nuts. Tell it to. I used to tell myself, just go sit down. Sit down. You are not in control of me. So remember, if you are new to the channel, comment what aha moments you had. Do you use your faith and understand the difference between faith, belief, substance, hope? Leave a comment down below. And you can, there I go, I don't never know what side I'm on. If you want to start the series on your own, you'll be able to by clicking the video that will appear here, but it won't be up there till tomorrow. Or you can check out last night's video over here, and you can subscribe right down here. So I want to thank you for joining us tonight. Remember who you are. Remember that you are source energy right here in a physical body. And remember that you can be, do, and have anything that you desire. You really can. And it's not being extraordinary that makes you unique. It is indeed your uniqueness that makes you extraordinary. And there is no one in the universe like you. Remind yourself, I got the power. That's true. That's not just a song. All right? Have a great night. Remember to sleep in the wish fulfilled. Act as if it's already done. Praise and thanksgiving. Praise and thanksgiving are key. And I will see you in the next video. Have a great night. I love you. Bye.